What if the sun turned into a disco ball? This question comes from, well, no one in particular. But admit it, you've stared at a glittering disco ball at some point in your life and thought, what if the sun was one of those? Sure, it's shiny, it spins, it makes people dance in weird clothes. But would it still keep Earth warm? Would we be grooving or doomed? Let's assume that one day, for reasons that defy all logic, the sun is replaced with a perfectly spherical disco ball. Same size, same location, but no longer a massive fusion-powered nuclear furnace. Just a giant, metallic, sparkly sphere silently spinning in the sky. First off, let's be clear. We're all dead. Not immediately, though. The moment our sun is swapped for a disco ball, it stops emitting energy. No more heat, no more light, just reflections of distant stars glittering uselessly off its shiny surface. The temperature on Earth begins to drop almost instantly. Within a week, average global temperatures fall below freezing. Within a month, you're looking at minus 100 degrees Celsius in most places. Unless you're a penguin, and even then, good luck. But before we freeze, let's admire the sky for a moment. From Earth, the disco ball would appear dazzling. As it spins, it reflects the light of nearby stars, spraying twinkling beams of starlight across the planet. It's beautiful, magical even. Also, completely useless when you're trying to grow crops or not die of hypothermia. Now, you might think, can't we just put heaters everywhere or light some big fires? Well, sure. Let's assume every power plant, battery, and toaster oven on Earth is fired up. We'd still only delay the inevitable. Without the sun, Earth's surface becomes a snowball, oceans start to freeze, and the only survivors are probably those hiding in deep underground bunkers, or stubborn Canadians who think minus 50 degrees Celsius is a bit chilly. Let's talk about plants. Photosynthesis? Dead. Every tree, flower, and lettuce leaf depends on the sun. Without it, the food chain collapses. Animals die, humans panic, and somewhere, a squirrel is hoarding the last Cheeto. Meanwhile, the moon, remember that guy? No longer shines. It doesn't emit light on its own. It just reflects sunlight. So with our new sparkly sun throwing nothing but faint star glimmers, the moon becomes a dull grey ball in the night sky. Romantic walks under moonlight? Cancelled. But wait, maybe, just maybe, we could use the disco ball as a giant mirror. Could we beam artificial light at it and bounce it back to Earth? Technically, yes. But you'd need light sources more powerful than anything humanity has ever built, like laser beams the size of continents. And let's not forget, the disco ball isn't smooth. It's made of a billion tiny mirrors, reflecting light in all directions, so you wouldn't get one nice bright beam back. You'd get sparkles. Fancy, but still freezing. Let's also consider gravity. The original sun is a massive ball of plasma, with a mass about 333,000 times that of Earth. Our disco ball? It's probably hollow or made of metal, so its mass is significantly less. Maybe just a few quintillion kilograms, tops. The result? Earth is no longer in a stable orbit. With not enough gravity to hold us in place, we might drift off into deep space, like a confused bowling ball, endlessly rolling through the cosmic void. Fun times. Of course, there's another scenario. Maybe, instead of replacing the sun, we just wrap the sun in disco ball mirrors. Same heat, same mass, just way more fabulous. This is slightly less deadly. The sun keeps shining, but its light is now scattered into tiny beams that dance across the solar system. Mercury might finally be cool, temperature-wise. And Mars? Well, Mars gets to throw a space party every night. However, Earth would get only a fraction of the sunlight it needs. Photosynthesis would become discothesis. Cities would have strobe-lit days and shadowy nights. Animals might start dancing from the constant flashes. Owls would need sunglasses. And every night would look like Saturday Night Fever. Except it's Tuesday, the crops are dead, and your grandma is stuck in a loop of yelling, "Turn that flashing off." Scientists, meanwhile, would lose their minds. Telescopes would be useless. Every observation of space would be ruined by interstellar sparkles. Astronomers would quit and become DJs. Eventually, humans would be forced underground or underwater to escape the chaos. The surface becomes a frozen light show wasteland, home to glitter-blinded wolves and Arctic seagulls wearing tiny disco helmets. In summary, turning the sun into a disco ball might win you some points at the Galactic Party Committee, but for Earth, it's game over. Humanity's downfall, now with extra sparkle. Still, if we're going to freeze and die anyway, at least we'll do it in style.